Desde Cuyac viene agüita serpenteando por las acequias en remolinos hacia nuestras vidas. De cantavalinas y a la vez llorando, toditas mis penas se acabaron. Pachamama está de fiesta. Una estrellita que alegre me decía, canta cantorcito, y a la agüita madre cuya. Una estrellita que alegre me decía, canta cantorcito, y a la agüita madre cuya. Desde Cuyac viene agüita serpenteando por las acequias en remolinos hacia nuestras vidas. Desde Cuyac viene agüita serpenteando por las acequias en remolinos hacia nuestras vidas. De cantavalinas y a la vez llorando, toditas mis penas se acabaron. Pachamama está de fiesta. Una estrellita que alegre me decía, canta cantorcito, y a la agüita madre cuya. De cantar balinas y a la vez llorando, toditas mis penas se acabaron. Pachamama está de fiesta. Pachamama está de fiesta.
Good evening. How are we all doing? You all okay? Got my tissue tea. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Helen. Hi, Pamela. Hi, Rachel. Anita. I'm just going to actually, my cat's just been fighting. So, ah, go on, shoot. Oh, and Amanda, Becky, Ree, Caroline, and Rachel. Stevie. Hi, Diane, Stacey. It's gorgeous to see everyone. Just checking in. Beth Ann, hey. Cat. Um, and Dawn, hi. I'm just checking in to see, did everybody get the thing about bringing some ginger pickle? Did you see that? Because we were going to do a little taste test. Did some of you did, and some of you, did anybody? Yeah, some of you did. Amazing. So we're going to do, hi Caroline. We're going to do a little taste session with this. So the ginger pickle, if you haven't done it before, you haven't used it before, is chopped or grated ginger with a squeeze of lime and some salt. So like if you can like mineral salt, like or pink salt is fine. Yeah, ginger tea is fine as well, and you can come back to it, so it's completely okay. Great. And then somebody was asking this week about somebody asked, was it? Can't remember who it was, about nasal rinsing. So I've brought my little neti pot so I can give you a little bit on that. Um, I know that a couple of people have had colds and stuff, and so this is a really great way, especially now as we're going into, we're in this Kappa season now. So we're going to go into a little bit about Agni tonight, the sacred fire, the digestive fire, and and also a little bit of storytelling. And yeah, I want to talk a little bit about fire. Nose has been burning, doing the neti pot. That can be sometimes if you have got too much salt in, or sometimes too little. Although I never find that it's too little; it's usually too much. Um, and I'll show you. This is the salt that I use. I don't. If I use pink salt, it tends to just give me yeah, a sore nose. So I'll put a link to that in the group as well. And I'll just give you a little. How many of you do that already? Is a few of you do neti already? Yeah, you don't have to do it all the time, all year round, but well, you can if you want to. But at this time of the year now, you might find you're a bit more snotty than usual. It is the season for it, so you might just find that. Yeah. So we're going to land in. Welcome, ladies who are new today, haven't been before. It's lovely to see new ladies in. And just a little update on the Michael's, my partner situation. So he's still in hospital, but he's coming home on Wednesday. So he's coming home with IV antibiotics. We'll be hanging him from curtain pole, no doubt. Anyway, they've decided to just kick him out, send him home, and I'll be giving him his IV antibiotics daily for the next month. So yes, it'll be great to get him back. But I just say that he's been getting up and getting a shower and walking down to the cafe for a full English breakfast and a sit in the sun every morning. That's the first time since I don't know, October that he's been able or actually been able to get out of bed. So it's all so far looking good, but we still don't know till the other side of this and if it all comes back. But So far, yeah, so far. Thank you everyone for all your kind wishes and stuff that you've been sending. So yeah, yeah, he's got a real lot of pitta. He's a real pitta dosha, so he's got that fire in him that keeps him going. All right, hi Sarah, nice to see you as well. Hello. So let's have a little land in. So if you have got your ginger, then that's great. If not, you can come back to the recording to do this tasting, anaphylectic tasting that we're going to do with it. And I want to talk a little bit about your digestion and stuff. So we'll just have a land and just to ground in. I'm just going to connect us into our belly fire. And then we're going to do a little bit of yin tonight, I thought, because we're in new moon. I mean, oh my goddess, this energy at the moment. Yeah, Viking Pitta. Yeah. He's not doesn't look very Viking at the moment. He looks like about 85 just now. Bless him. I'll get him up weights when he gets home. Um, so yeah, we've got new moon. I believe it's tonight. Sarah, am I right on that? Is it tonight, new moon in Aquarius?
It's tomorrow.
Tomorrow. And then we've also got the Chinese New Year tomorrow also. So we've got this fire horse and new moon energy all at the same time. Like wow, what a time. And Helen shared a lovely kind of fire horse update today. And I'm not sure, oh, Pancake Day as well. Oh, I'm glad you reminded me that because I always forget that. About the fire horse. And interestingly, when we began, I don't know if some of you, and a solar eclipse, oh my God, yes, I'm actually going to go to bed for 2 days, I think. That when we began, if you remember, we talked about the horses that we were riding into the year on. Mine was a Shire, and I'm going to stay on the Shire horse, well saddled up, slow and easeful, and just taking it really steady. So I hope you're all feeling the same. So yeah, I'll share it into the group. I'm not quite sure if I did share it in our group. I don't think I did. But what I want to say, I don't know how everyone's getting on with stuff. A stallion, bloody hell, fire. Good luck on that. It's a very pitta horse, is that? I'm a Mr. Decappa horse. So yeah, so what I was going to say is, and the reading I'm going to open with tonight kind of speaks to this as well. Basically, with all of these things that we're sharing and introducing, you are the kind of your own experiment, really. Some people will love ginger, some people will really not like it. Yes, some people will love the tissue tea, some people won't. So, you are the experiment always, and we don't always know what's going to suit us and what's going to not. And of course, in the divine feminine Ayurveda, the rule is it depends. It all depends. So we always sit with what is right for us. So I'm just going to invite you to get comfy. You can sit or lie, depending on, again, where your energies are. Is everybody feeling high energy, low energy? How we're doing? We are in new moon cocoon, so this is rest time. Next week, I'm going to do a bit on day tones. I'm going to do earth rhythm next week and low today, yeah. And that's quite common because we are in, we're in new moon energy, and it's quite common. And really, we want to be in this new moon cocoon anyway. Oh, brilliant, Sarah. That's great news. Fabulous. Tissue tea. Yeah. Yeah. Lovely. Great. So bringing all these things into, into your day, into your lives. And, we talk about these small, the Kaizen approach, these small incremental changes that build over time. And you might start off with one and go, yeah, I really love this, and you keep it, and then you might think, oh, no, I'm not sure, and then we'll always keep coming back anyway. So we will circle back all the time. I had a little tip for eyes today as well. Really quick because it really was great. So aloe vera juice, rose, and if you get sore eyes, you know, as we get older, and especially with perimenopause, menopause, your eyes can get really sore and hot. Frozen, so ice cubes, making aloe vera juice into ice cubes, and then in the morning just rub them around your eyes and your skin. Oh my God, it is so soothing. I've done one with rose water as well. I'm going to try. So that's a little tip of the day that I've been playing with. Sea buckthorn for your eyes as well. Oh, amazing. Can you freeze that then? Yeah, but I like the idea of this cold on your eyes. So you can do that on the morning. Cucumber, yeah, cucumber's great as well. All right, so let's land in. I'm going to just bring your hands just to connect to your belly. Yeah, cold, nice, yeah. And then we're just going to gently close down our eyes and just allow our awareness to land inward. I'm going to tell you a little story, of course, as always. And we're going to drop into just a little bit of connecting in with our inner fire, our inner belly bonfire. So just taking a couple of nice deep breaths, take it down into the belly. And then you might feel that after your day or however you're feeling, you might want to just release that through your mouth. That's completely great. Just releasing it through the mouth and allowing yourself to land in and down. So in all of our sessions, we always begin with grounding, because from the feminine point, we want to be down and in rather than up and out or masculine. So we bring that energy down and in. So if you feel that you want to move a little bit, rock even, circle, just let your body really lead. So again, we're not stopping anything that wants to happen. We're just going to allow the body to, again, do what she does. And then just taking a few deep breaths in through your nose. Again, you can release it out through the mouth. And as you follow that out breath, we're going to follow it in and down. So allowing ourselves to really land and arrive into the present moment. This is a tantric way to be present in this moment. And then we might just send a root down through the floor, down into the softness of the land below. Just allowing your rooting thread just to go deep down through all the layers of rock and stone, crystal, granite, and all the way down to the very heart of Mother Earth. And as we begin to feel our nervous system just gently dropping into our space, we begin to feel a sense of a loosening around the belly. Just letting go. Again, just allowing ourselves to drop in and down. Feel the belly gently rising and falling as you breathe. And then just bring your awareness gently down to the belly, space just behind the navel. Maybe imagining your belly as a small winter cottage. In the old villages, the hearth fire was never allowed to go out. It's not a roaring blaze. It was banked, tended, and protected. If it grew wild, it burned the house. If it died, the home grew cold. The women knew warmth must be steady. Tonight we tend the hearth inside of us all. Warm, steady and clear. As we imagine our belly now as a small winter cottage, the fire has gone low. Perhaps you've been busy tending everyone else's flames. And tonight we all sit alone at our own hearth. So we breathe in, we gently fan the embers. And as we breathe out, we soften around them. Not a forceful breath, not dramatic. Warm, steady, and clear. We allow our shoulders to melt. Dropping gently away from our ears. Gentle fire burning in the heart of the belly. And offer a gentle affirmation. I return to my center. I breathe warmth into my belly. My fire awakens gently and safely. Warm, steady, and clear. Just taking a few nice, steady breaths. You are the incubator, the reservoir and the chalice well. You are the dream maker, the time traveler, and the sign that reads this way. You are the wild field of flowers, rebellious lightning bolt, and the rich, fertile soil. And it doesn't matter if you are urban or country, front line or back row, high strung or easy does it. You are the magic, walking Middle Earth, and you don't have to give a fine damn about fitting in anymore. So as you gently deepen your breath and just allowing your awareness to rise back into the circle. I'm just laughing because my cats are fighting. It's so stupid. They always get active when I'm on here. All right, good. Hopefully you landed in a bit. Is everyone feeling a bit here now? Yeah, you're all a bit arrived. Is the sound okay now, Anita? Did you say it's going a bit in and out? Is it okay now? Is it still?
Yeah, it's okay now.
Sometimes it's the music and the background it don't like. All right. So if you've got your ginger pickle, we're gonna do a little thing with this. Now I'm just gonna show you mine. So in Ibiza, and I'm sure you can get these anywhere, but they have these gorgeous little handmade pots and they're all quirky. And so I have mine in that. So I have mine on the table and then I have a little lid on it because otherwise it dries out pretty quick. But I usually make enough on a morning to for the day. And I just actually have a pinch every time I'm passing because I find it really, really helps for my own fire. And at the moment, I think now because the weather is wet and damp, ginger is like real great ally for us. So that's how I have mine. But again, I'm sure you'll all have your own little pots and stuff that you want to keep yours in. The other thing I would say as well that is really nice to do is to have a candle on your table. Oh, actually, I'm going to light my candle now. I forgot to do that. So having a candle on your table when you're eating is a really nice thing to do as well, just to remind you of the sacredness really of of food. Um, and actually, in the three pillars of Ayurveda, health in Ayurveda, actually the first one is actually food. So it's quite important is our food. And I think for many of us, we don't have time to eat mindfully. Often we're eating on the go. I've done my time eating in cars as I'm traveling from one place to another. I'm sure everybody else has done that. But this is kind of about really making it a little bit more sacred, and full of energy. So in Ayurveda, health begins in the belly. And the saying, you are what you eat, is kind of true, but in Ayurveda, it is you are what you digest. So if we are eating lots of food and constantly snacking all day long, what tends to happen is it builds up, and sometimes if the belly bonfire is not lit, then it's like putting wet leaves on a fire that it just kind of smolders and it's not really doing its job. So one of the main things, one of the main teachings in Ayurveda is to eat at 12 at lunchtime, like, going back to Granny again, how Granny used to eat. So eating a main meal at lunchtime at midday is actually when our belly fire is also at its highest. So that our digestion is at its highest, and it completely makes sense because at night, we're kind of preparing to go to sleep. The body, is digesting the day, not food as much as possible. And so we the kind of pathway that we're following, that we're working with at the moment, is to protect and also to strengthen the belly bonfire. And we're going to be doing, I know a lot of us are going to be doing the cleanse in a couple of a few weeks, in a month actually it is, I think. And so we're kind of building up to that as well. And that little break will actually give our bonfire a really great opportunity to strengthen as well. So we're following a pathway, and a first pathway is protect and strengthen Agni. We talked about Ojas last week. The second thing is to build and nourish Rasa, which is the juicy, all the juice. Support, the also our kind of tissue formation and what we're putting into our body, because our body is what we eat. Our body is made up of everything that we put into our mouth. And then also allowing Ojas to accumulate. So we build Ojas. So through the year that we're going through this year, is anyone feeling better for doing some of the stuff that you're doing already? Yeah, you're starting to feel a little bit better. You can tell you're doing a little bit of stuff. Next week, we're gonna, like I say, we're gonna move into day turns, and I think once we start, starting to feel a bit better. And once we start moving into starting to our days start to work with the energies of the day naturally, you'll find, and the moon as well, you'll probably find your energy also will increase with that as well. So we know that if we look at the symptom of a weak Agni or a bit of a damp Agni, that's going to look like fatigue, brain fog, bloating, low mood. So these are the kind of things just not, never kind of full, just feeling lethargic, that, kind of slow. So, and because of the gut being so powerful, the gut really also affects our mood. So we can also sometimes be affected by low mood. Just feeling a bit fed up, and we are kind of at the back end of winter as well, so that can be a thing too. So we're looking at what we digest now. This isn't only food though. This is also emotions, everything that we take in through the senses. So everything we take in through our eyes, through our ears, the smells, the challenges, all the good stuff, all the bad stuff, every single thing that comes in through those senses has got to be digested and assimilated and released. Now, for many, emotional processing is one of the ones that it doesn't get to full completion. It doesn't get to the poo. It doesn't come out the other end. It goes, I'm hanging on to this anger. I'm hanging on to this. I'm pissed off with them and I'm just going to hang on to it and I'm not letting it go and I'm never going to let it go. And we hang on and hang on and hang on. And that is like unprocessed. Same sort of thing as unprocessed food. If it's sat in the belly, if you've been constipated for a few days and all that food's starting to go rancid in your belly, it feels awful. I don't know if you've experienced that, and it just feels not very nice at all. Well, that can happen also with emotional constipation as well. So the digestive fire or Agni in Ayurveda is actually our metabolic imprint. So, for those of you that are Pitta people, you probably burn through food pretty quick. You get hungry if you're not getting your food on time. Vata people can go without food. They tend to be very flitty and they might snack and then probably eat quite dry stuff here and there. And then Kapha tends to be a bit more heavy and they like to go for all the sweet, heavy stuff that really is actually not that great for them as well. So they have a slower digestion that can hang on to food as well for a long time, so they often can feel like full for quite a long time. So they might not need quite as much food. So what I find myself, if I do the ginger pickle all like right through the day, every day, it just sorts out the digestion like nothing else. It's like it is so good if you do it. And I tend to do it and then I forget to do it. So I like it when it comes around again because I remember to do it again. Um, so bitters and pungent tastes. Bitters are going to be like your green, dark green veggies. Pungent is things like ginger, turmeric. These are pungent tastes. They are going to help to kindle the digestive fire. And not only that, actually, the bitters especially help really well with the liver function. And, as we age, our liver function often is a little bit lower than, than optimal. So things like dandelion root coffee is like divine. That is like so nice to have, and a great support for the liver. And also cacao. So those of you that have ceremonial cacao is quite bitter. It is also quite astringent. So it's actually really great for the liver as well. Um, how you make it again? Yeah. So ginger. So you chop up or grate your ginger, and then a squeeze of lime or lemon, and then some salt, and like mineral salt, salt flakes if you can. I think Celtic sea salt's meant to be quite good as well. I just make a little pot enough for a day at a time, and then just a little pinch before every meal. I tend to take it just as I'm passing the bowl, though. If I remember, I just grab some because it really helps with the digestive system. Um, so the first word of the Rig Veda, which is the oldest spiritual text, is Om Agni, which is this meaning, "O sacred fire, we bow before you." So the Agni and the element of fire is very associated with the sun, and that's why the sun is really strongly related to when we eat, because our bodies actually replicate nature outside. So when our our metabolic fire is at its highest when the sun is at its highest, which is crazy, isn't it? That is like a thing, but it is. So we know that, I remember, I think I've said it before, remember my granddad used to cycle home at dinner time to have his meal at home and then go back to work. And I bet for most of you, if you have got the elders, you might remember that, they would probably have a sandwich or soup or something for tea, but they'd have like their main meal at dinner. So just doing that little switch can make a massive difference if you do find that you have digestive upsets and bloating, gas, which is quite common, I think, nowadays. So what else was going to say to you? Yeah, so we're looking at again checking out what is our digestive fire like. I always thought mine was quite good, but actually the more I've kind of worked with this, I think mine is not so as great as what I thought it was, because I'm quite kapha, so I can get a bit damp in the belly bonfire. So again, just noticing like how do I digest? So this week we're going to be looking at, with every meal, like how does that make me feel? Like I know if I have bread and wheat, I feel shit. I just do. Feel really low. It's not so much, well, I suppose it does make my body feel a bit inflamed, but it's okay for pitta, but I would just go small and just see how you respond to it. Yeah, Sarah, if you pitta already, yeah, just small and then see how you respond. So yeah, so the just noticing how food makes you feel. If you have, the kind of most recent sort of teachings is to have, if you're going to have carbs, have them at night, because that'll help you sleep. Your protein wants to, your higher protein wants to be morning and lunch, and then more kind of carbohydrate based at night. Not cutting the carbs out, like a lot of has been quite a big common thing to do, and also seasonal and local as well. So as seasonal as we can, looking at what is in season, and that's where really I think the box deliveries come in really well, because they usually tend to send you what's in season. I quite like Able and Cole, but they're like there's loads of different ones. So eating seasonally, eating as close to home, so the foods come from as close to home as possible. If you can, it hasn't traveled miles and miles. The other thing that I've just been looking at myself is plastics. Like everything is stored in plastics now, and plastic leaches into the food. It's an estrogen disruptor, I think. It's not great. So if you're buying, things like meat, fish, veggies, all of that, get it from either a butcher's or local greengrocers if you can, and put it in bags yourself, rather than having the plastics. And if you do buy in plastic, then I transfer into glass as soon as I get it home. So yogurt, I made actually my own Greek yogurt. Yeah, all the Tupperware, like yeah, all of that. Yeah, get it out. So using keeping glass jars, and using it to freeze stuff in as well is a really great idea. Um, so when our Agni is weak, it's not only the food that we're not digesting, it's also everything else. So everything else can sit and stagnate in the body. Yeah, I made Greek yogurt the other day. How easy is that? Like I am definitely on that now. I'm going to make my own Greek yogurt. So easy. Um, I'll see if I can find a recipe. I'll pour it in for you to do that. That was really, really easy. So the nose, with the nasal rinsing, the nose in from the yogic tradition, it said that if we the nasal rinsing, because it's kind of really associated with this third eye center, so the Ajna center, which is our center of intuition. So these two things kind of, again, a lot of the Ayurvedic kind of self-care stuff is about clearing pathways. It's about having an open channel without, not a kinky hose pipe, as I call it. Like all your channels are open, they're not kinked. So nasal rinsing is also a really great way. And I was going to bring this in more into March when hay fever season starts, but I'll add it in now if some of you are getting colds and stuff. So nasal rinsing generally is done in the morning, often first thing. So if you don't have any problems with your nasal passages, you don't need to do it really. But if you do have that kapha build up on a morning, which I definitely do, and if I've had dairy or any sugar or any wheat, it inflames all of my nasal passages. And in a morning, I think I was saying last time, that's where the kapha, the kind of toxins tend to build up during the night because you've been house cleaning, the body's been house cleaning, and it can stick in this sticky, mucousy. So really, we want that out because it's got all the toxins that your body's processed through the night. So nasal rinsing is a great way to do that. And somebody said, and I don't think she's on tonight, but she was saying, I've got a bit of a thing with snot. I can't do snot. So if you can't do snot, you're probably not going to be doing this. It's so satisfying though. So this is a plastic one again. I've had this for absolutely donkey's years, and I've just changed it to a copper one because of the plastics. I'm not quite sure if that's BPA free or not. It might be. So that is the copper one, and you can get I'll put a link in group. You can get that's the plastic one. You can get them on Ayurveda Pura London. And I think they do a full detox set, but I've just done your booklets for the cleanse, and I've put all the links in there as well. So this is from the Himalayan Institute, and that's the nasal salt. And I tend to buy this because, like Stacey, and it's got like a little measure in it as well, so you've got the right amount. If you use table salt, it tends to sting. So that's my experience anyway. So the idea is you boiled water and you salt into here, and you can fill it up. Your head is going to go slightly on a side, and I tend to tip mine slightly back so I can feel it going over the back of my throat. The end goes in here. You're going to tip up, and it'll come out the other side. So I do right to left, and then I do left to right, and then I do right to left again. Now, I do it in the shower, so it makes it, or in the bath. And one thing I want you to remember this, do not go like that, holding both nostrils when you've done it, because you'll blow water into your eardrums and then you'll end up with an ear infection. So right to left, then block the right nostril and blow, 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 blow till all the snot and water and everything's come out. And then left to right, and then block the left, blow, 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 blow. And then I tend to go back again. I don't know why, but I just do that. I don't gag, but I do with the tongue scraping. No, not too much. If you don't take it too far back, you can feel it at the back, but anyway, have a play with it, see what you think. I quite like doing it. I do feel better, like all here feels a lot clearer when I do it. So if you do the ice, if you do find you get that congestion on a morning, just try it. And those ice aloe vera ice cubes around the eyes, and then the nasal rinsing, tongue scraping, and you're good to go. So good. Yeah, it wants to be warm water. Yeah, just kind of, yeah, not too hot and not cold. Cold does tend to burn, yeah, a little bit. It's quite nice to do cold in summer though. or if you're in, if you're inflamed, if your nasal passages are a bit inflamed, I'll sometimes do it a bit cooler. But yeah, tepid water, so don't want to be too hot. Okay, so let's have a little play with our ginger pickle. If you don't have ginger pickle, then you can come back to it and do it again. But I quite like to do this a little bit slow because usually, well, I think most people, we just sling it in and we don't really think about it. So we're going to go through this a little bit more meditative, and because we want to awake Agni. And really, and the same with your food, the more mindful we are, like I'm a really fast eater, I tend to eat really fast. And I need to slow that down a little bit because your digestion, you've eaten all yours already. That's all right. Because your digestion, um, it kind of takes in the sight, the smell, like everything about it before it kicks off, ready to digest. I think for many people, but often if you think about, buying plastic sandwiches in a plastic packet from shop, like there's no kind of prana in it. All right, so if you've got your ginger, we'll just check in. So I just put lime juice and salt in ginger tea. Yeah, that's fine. You can do that, but it's better to have it like that, and you just get a pinch of it before your meal. Um, so you'll find those of you that have got some, as you take it and put it onto your tongue, what happens? What do you think is going to happen when you put some lime juice, salt, and ginger on your tongue? It's going to start saliva. Yeah, you're going to start the saliva, and that's what we want, because we want that saliva to start. Because then we start to kind of anticipate the food. So we start off by just checking in with the look of it, and then you usually, even if you think about cutting a lemon up, you'll find my mouth, I'm getting the saliva already. So even if you were to just cut a lemon in half and imagining it, you'll start salivating. Is everybody getting that in the mouth? Can you feel it? Yeah, it's coming. So we're then you might want to just have a smell of it as well. And then again, just notice it's sharp. It's got a sharpness to it because it's got that citrus is sharp. You've also got like a heat, so it's also got heat with it. Salt is also heating, so salt and ginger are heating. So smell activates the digestive enzymes through the vagus nerve, and we know that the vagus nerve is all connected to the nervous system as well. So once you get hold of it, let's just get hold of a piece and just feel it first of all. So you'll notice that ginger is very fibrous. If you've tried to grate it, you'll see it's quite fibrous. And then just put it on your tongue, but don't chew it. Just put it on your tongue and see what happens. And then you can start chewing it. If you've got some, you can start chewing it. And again, just notice what happens. Now, once you've chewed it, just close your eyes and just feel it. Just feel what happens. So you might feel that it feels quite warm, and it might travel. So you might find it travel on fire. You might want to get a drink of water just to wash that down. Yeah, it travels down. You can usually feel the warmth kind of traveling all the way down. And then again, what does it do? So it's a really good one just to sit with it. See, how does it travel? Does it expand? Does it, is it warm? Is it soft? Is it sharp? Is it, you're feeling the heat of it. So we've already seen that it works because it increases the digestive secretion. So your digestive system starts with the tip of your tongue and it ends at the anus. So that is your whole digestive tract. So as soon as you're getting that saliva going on, it's going to tell your gut, oh, hey, something's coming. Something's coming in. So it stimulates the circulation as well. So it's going to get energy moving. Like for me, I think ginger is really underrated in its power. It clears stagnation, which is exactly what we want now, because we're in this kapha season where we might feel a bit, stagnant. The energy is heavy. We can see it outside. It's muddy, it's wet, it's heavy. So it will help counterbalance the season really. So it also clears emotional stagnation. So if you think you've got that damp belly bonfire, what is if you were to just feel into your belly, what is the state of your digestion? Is it constipated? I said last week about your poo. If you're constipated, it means you're dry. It's dry. Your digestive system is quite dry. If it's if you go to the loo and it's a bit diarrhea and it's hot, that's like overly hot. So maybe the ginger may it's worth trying it. You are the incubator of that really. And then again, if it's sluggish and slimy, then it's probably a bit damp. So we definitely do want that ginger. Okay, so I'm going to just go into if you've got a journal, we're going to just do a little bit of a journal on this. Because we definitely, before we go into a cleanse, it's quite good to kind of have an idea of, and we're not judging anything. We don't want anything, it doesn't matter. We don't want anything to be perfect. We just want an awareness. No, we're not saying anything's wrong or bad, but just having an awareness of our system and how it's showing up and life, and life will shift how our bodies are anyway, with whatever's going on day to day. So just having a little feeling like what did my body reveal through the taste? Those of you that did it, what did it reveal through that tasting experience? And then also, like, if you were to describe your digestive fire. So if again, have a feeling to like, how do I digest? Like not only food, but do I cling on to like old, if someone pisses me off in the car park, can I let that go or am I still carrying that at tea time? You know what I mean? Do you process stuff quickly and go, oh, that woman was obviously something going on and I'm just going to let that go? Or, we're still hanging on to it 3 weeks later. So that's kind of an idea of like on a day-to-day level how we digest, and same with our food. Do you go to the loo regularly? How many times a day do you go to the loo? Is it, again, is your stool dry, rabbit todd like? Is it heavy and sticky? Is it hot and fiery? So I think your poo, I know it's a bit minging subject, but your poo's like the best way to see what your digestion's doing. do you get bloated? It's interesting actually because I've been taking some new supplements this week, and I felt so bloated. And last few nights I thought, what? Like I have had something that my body is not liking at all, and I'm not sure if it's a because it's that I've been combining it with other, taking it all together with other things, and the combination's not working. But something has really set off my tummy this week. It's been really interesting. And again, I think with supplements and stuff, we're sold all these things, but if your body don't like it, don't like it. It just doesn't. So I think that this is again the way of feminine form is to be in the body, not just in the head, because so and so says I should take that, I'm gonna take it. It's more about like, what does it do in my body? How does it make me feel? Like for me, I know because I've got kapha. I love the ginger. It always makes me feel better. So yeah, where is my digestion asking for support? So I want you to this week be a little bit mindful of, how foods react in your body, and also maybe, a bit mindful about how we're buying, food and where we're buying it from and stuff. In the so traditional Ayurvedic cleanse is dal or khichdi. So that is a traditional. Um, if I'm going to invite that if that does not suit your body, then we'll go mono. So you'll go with it might be salmon and vegetables. And if that works for you, then that's what happens. Because sometimes the grains do not suit people. They just don't suit people. So, it may be that you do something different. You might want that more protein. So it might be that you want to do eggs for 2 days or yeah, khichdi is lovely if you like it, but if your body don't like it, and sometimes it doesn't, I've put in the booklet. I've just been making my own bone broth, and I've been having that every morning as soon as I get up. And so, again, for gut health, bone broth is, supposedly to be one of the best things you can take. It's something Michael will definitely be having when he gets back. Yeah, hard to digest. So with the beans and lentils, if you want to work with them, then you've got to soak them. You must soak them overnight. That is one of the big key tips to that. Um, yeah, lentils make me toot. Yeah, they can be very airy on the belly. But acidifer, I think it's or is it called what's it called? Ping? No, I can't remember what it's called. They call it something anyway. What's it called, Pamela? She'll know.
Hang, Hing.
Ping, that's it.
Hing.
I can't remember. Ping. Yeah, hing. So that is good to add to prevent bloating if you do find that you do bloat with things. But soak, soak, soak. And I was listening to some the other day and on a podcast, and they were saying about rice. So rice must be soaked and rinsed 3 times because it's got arsenic in it as rice. So if you're pouring rice straight into a pan and cooking it, it's really bad. So, in the Ayurvedic tradition, the Indian tradition, rice would be soaked overnight and rinsed 3 times before it's cooked. So again, just try it and see what happens. So I've done yeah, in your booklets there's the traditional recipes, but like I say, if you want to do just a mono cleanse, then that is perfectly okay. Just simple vegetables, and like I say, if you want to have fish, you can have fish if you feel like you need that, and eggs, that's completely okay. A nice I can't, like soaking your horse's oats. Yeah, 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 that's it. Yeah. So soaking, I always soak oats overnight for porridge anyways. I always soak them overnight. All right, good. Anyone got any questions? How are we doing? Does that make sense, everyone? You're feeling the vibes? So yeah, this week your homework is to be aware of your digestive system. Just be aware of it. What does she do with what foods? What foods, you know, again, notice your mood. Like I stopped drinking alcohol probably, I think it's about 18 years ago now. And I stopped drinking it because I realized a Monday morning I felt actually suicidal. I was so low and I didn't know why, but I just knew that Monday I was just feeling absolutely awful. And then kind of realized it was actually because I'd been drinking on a Saturday. I'd had a glass of wine with my mum with a meal on a Saturday night, and the Monday I felt absolutely horrendous. And so, and then I thought, well, if alcohol does that, then surely food must do that too. So yeah, just notice what happens. Notice again in the morning when you wake up, what is your nose doing? You know, are you bunged up? Have you got a lot of mucus? Notice what your belly's doing as well. Again, notice your rhythm, because next week we're going to go into day rhythms. So we'll do a little bit on that and just see if maybe the next habit is going to be kind of shifting your main meal back a little bit and see how we go with that. All right. Great. We're going to do a little bit of yoga tonight. Just going to do a little bit of twisting. I want to twist the body a bit. So twisting, and you know, if you think about where your belly is, from the yogic perspective, twisting is going to be your best friend for your digestive system. So you can just do a little bit of a twist, just standing twists. We're going to do a little bit of yoga to support also the liver as well tonight. And yeah, just have a bit of a play anyway with that. I don't know what we're going to do with that, but we'll just have a play. So if you want to get your yoga mats, or you don't need a yoga mat actually, but if you've got one, we'll work with that. You might want a bolster if you've got one of them as well. I'm just going to put this on. You can have a little dance onto your mat, actually. Have a shake and a bit of a...
Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get down? Tell me. Oh, what you gonna do? Do you wanna get down? Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get down? Oh, what you gonna do? You wanna get down?
Twist your belly.
Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Come on and get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. How you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up off the wall. Tell me, how you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up off the wall. 'Cause I heard all the people saying, get down on it. Come on and get down on it. If you really want it, get down on it. You gotta feel it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Come on and get down on it. Baby, baby. Get down on it. Get on it. Get down on it. I say people, what you gonna do? You gotta get on the groove if you want your body to move. Tell me, baby, how you gonna do it if you really don't wanna dance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up off the wall. Tell me, how you gonna do it if you really won't take a chance? By standing on the wall. Get your back up off the wall. 'Cause I heard all the people saying, get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on it. Get down on
Probably get in trouble for that on YouTube. Never mind. All right, good. Let's get some little bit of movement in now. So I hope you enjoyed that. It's good to shake off the day, and I would definitely do a little dance break every day. I definitely, in fact, I would actually give you homework to dance while you're cooking your tea. Get the music on and have a bit of a boogie. All right, so let's come down onto our mats, and I love, I hope you can hear me okay. Can you hear me all right? Yeah. So one of the postures that I really love for belly, for your belly, for your digestive system, is actually cat and sassy cat. You know, we do that quite often. I'm just going to shut my window. And we're going to do that in a way that really supports your gut as well. And this is really nice to do at night. So we're going to come onto all fours. And if you've got wrist issues, you can use a bolster and just take your wrists off. So you're just leaning down on there. And the knees are going to be hip width apart. And then we'll also just tuck the toes under for a little bit of extra support there. Now, going to take a nice deep breath in there, and as you breathe out, just let your belly drop. So just let your belly be loose. And then as you breathe out, I want you just to draw your navel in towards your spine and round up through the whole of your back as your head drops forwards. Now, bring more awareness to your belly than your spine here, and just feel that squeeze in the belly. And then as you breathe in, we're going to let the belly relax and bring the head up, just breathing in. So again, just let your belly flop and just let it be loose with a nice big in-breath. And then out breath, just round up again, just squeezing the belly back. And then again, release it. So this movement, so easy to do. And it really, really helps, because when we're squeezing in, you're just stimulating all of the digestive system there, actually the liver and the spleen as well. And just giving your belly a nice bit of love there. Now you might want to add in a little bit of sass. So you might want to just move your bottom a little bit side to side, and then maybe come into a little bit of free movement there, just freeing off your spine and again into your belly. And then we're going to go into a little bit of dragon power. So I'm going to step my left foot forward, so that hopefully you'll be able to see. So I'm going to step my left foot forward, and then I'm going to turn my left foot out slightly, so it's just going to turn out a little bit. And then from here, I'm just going to gently walk my hands into the inside of that leg. So both hands are on the inside of that leg, and I'm just going to drop down a little bit. So this is actually working on the liver pathway. And again, we're just going to hold it just for a couple of breaths. Again, you can let your belly be quite loose there. And then I'm going to release it off, and we're going to do the same on the other side. So you're just going to take the right foot now, or the other foot, whichever one you did last, just again to 10 to 2. I'm just going to lean in there. And again, just loosening out the hips a little bit there as well. So just working a little bit on the liver pathways here. Again, we're just holding and breathing. Good. And then again, we're going to release that one off. And then just come back to your cat again. So we're just going to round up again. Again, just squeezing back into the belly. And then letting the belly be nice and loose as you let the belly drop and breathe in. And then again, breathing out. And then breathing in. Lovely. Now from here, we're going to come down into Sphinx pose. So we're going to let the belly come down to the floor. And let your elbows be just underneath your shoulders. Hopefully you can see all right. Yeah, the fingers are spread nice and wide. And again, we're not collapsing down into the shoulders, but again, bring your awareness to your belly rather than your back. So it's actually, this is great for spine and shoulders, this posture. But what we're working on is this idea of just massaging the belly. So your belly is in contact with the floor. And again, just bring that awareness there as you breathe. So you'll feel your belly just gently getting that massage into the floor. I actually, those of you that get windy bellies, this posture is amazing for gassy bellies. Now from here, I'm going to take an in-breath, and then as you breathe out, I'm just going to turn and look down my right side. So just giving the liver and the spleen a little stretch. Just breathing out. And then again, breathing in as you come to center. And then we're going to breathe out as you turn and look down the left side. Again, breathing in, just make sure that you're not pinching in the lower back. And if you are, then just come back to, you can just lie on your belly if you feel that you want to there as well. So just side to side, just giving the belly a nice massage. Liver. And the liver is like the chimney of the house. We talked about our little cottage earlier. So when it clogs up, smoke fills the room. So it creates irritation, frustration, and restlessness. So just very, very gently clearing the chimney of your building. Lovely. And then from here, I'm going to come back into your cat again. So again, just rounding and squeezing. Yeah, lovely. Now from here, we're going to come into a seated twist. And it's going to depend on how your knees are as to how you do this. So if you have got knees that are not happy sitting, you can do this on a chair. We can work with this with one leg extended and one leg just out to the side, and that works really well. Or we can hook one underneath, so the left heel coming towards the right buttock and the right leg just coming over the top. So we just sit into the center of that, and then we're going to twist towards the right leg. So the right leg is on the top, and we're going to twist. So we're going to take the left arm around the right knee, and the right hand is going to be just behind. And then if you can, just turn your head just to slightly look over the right shoulder. And then just connecting to your breath. So as you connect to your breath, you'll feel that the belly is just gently pressing against the thigh. So again, we're just getting that massage to the digestive system. So if we just think about the belly as this cauldron, so everything we eat has got to go through that cauldron. And when the cauldron is weak and leaky, everything sits in there and it doesn't move and burn up and heat up in the way that we want it to do. Now, we're going to release this, and as we release it, if you just imagine your liver and your spleen, your liver's on the right side, upper belly, and the spleen's on the left, and then you've got all of the digestive organs underneath and behind it. So when you squeeze in a twist, what's happening is you're squeezing out all of the any toxins and stuff there. Now, as you release it back to the center, all of the area is then flooded with fresh blood. So we're going to release the legs away and just lean back so your belly can be nice and free and open. And again, just feeling into that idea that all of the lovely internal organs are being flooded with fresh oxygenated blood. Okay, good. Now we're going to move in the opposite direction now. So I'm going to bring my right heel now towards my left buttock if I can. But again, if you can't do that, then we're going to twist towards our left side. So the right arm is going to come around the left knee now. The left hand is behind. And then again, we're just going to get ourselves centered here. And again, just feel that breath. So I'm just going to breathe and just feel that lovely massage into the belly. Again, just feeling that gentle massage. Okay, lovely. And again, just taking that last 3 breaths. And then we're going to very, very gently release again. Again, all that area as you release the legs, just been flooded with that fresh blood. Again, just breathe in and just allowing space. So if you just push the chest forward, just open up the belly there. Okay, lovely. Now we're going to come onto our back in a light reclining goddess pose. If you've got a bolster, we can just have that bolster. If you've got 2 bolsters, or you can prop the bolster up maybe with a block, then even better still. So we're just going to sit back towards the bolster, knees apart. But again, if you want to have something supporting the knees or a bolster under your knees, you can do that. So we're just going to lay back. If it's too much on the hips, then just let the legs extend away if that's feeling too intense on the hips. And then I just want you to just bring your hands again just onto your belly. And again, just connecting into the belly fire. If it's not comfy to have the hands on the belly, you can just let them rest to your sides if that feels better. And again, just allowing your body to gently process and to receive all of that fresh blood and nutrients. And just with those few postures, we've just ignited the fire element, the fire channels in the body. Again, just letting your breath be nice and steady. If you want to have a blanket or anything, you can grab that as well. And again, as we move into the pugs were twerking. As we move into this lovely fire horse energy tomorrow, you're still in your pose, you're all right, you can stay there. And we know that this horse energy is about instinct. So this week, I want you to become instinctive about your belly, about your digestive system. So starting getting a little bit instinctive about the foods that you're eating and how they have an effect on your body. So again, we're just coming into this nice idea of this warm, steady and clear. So to be steady within ourselves, we started off the session in January around this idea of svasta, to be situated in who I am. So we know ourselves better than anybody else. We know our digestive fire, we know what works for us, what doesn't, and we're getting to know ourselves better and better all the time. If you're happy where you are, I'm going to close tonight with a lovely story for you. So if you need a blanket and an eye pillow, you can pop that on if that feels good. And again, if your legs wide is too much, you can then just draw them into your knees, just your knees in towards your chest, sorry. Maybe just have a little rocking cradle and then move gently into a nice shavasana. Just letting yourself rest now and again just receive all of the energy, because not only have we done a little bit of movement that's caused the fire to ignite a little bit, you've also received information. So that is also like receiving food. So we need to allow all of that to settle, to integrate, and relaxation is one of the best ways to do that. You're just settling yourselves and just letting your jaw relax. Be aware of your tongue in your mouth, and again, all of those lovely taste buds on your tongue. And aware of your nose, and the smells that you can smell, and again, all of these lovely organs of digestion. I've just been aware of your breath and allowing your body to sink down and in. Just getting nice and cozy. Again, just letting everything digest. It's nothing that you need to hang on to here. We just let it flow. Maybe just imagining yourselves in a lovely place in nature that you love. Somewhere that you love to visit, maybe just somewhere that you feel safe. Or you can just let your weight down. Just letting your shoulders relax, your arms, your head. Back of your body just sinking gently into the earth. And the legs becoming a little heavier. Imagine that you're lying beneath a vast night sky. No moon, only quiet darkness. This is the new moon sky. a sky that holds potential, not yet formed, not yet visible. You are safe here. Now bring your awareness to your belly. And imagine there is a small hearth there. Stones all around it. It's protected. And inside is a golden ember. Not a roaring fire, not flames, just a steady glow. Warm, steady and clear. With each inhale, the embers brighten slightly. And with each exhale, the body softens around it. If there's any remaining tension in the body, imagine it as smoke. As you inhale, the smoke rises gently up through the body, through the chest, through the throat, and dissolves into the night sky. Nothing dramatic, nothing forceful, just clearing. Now bring your awareness to your heart. A second soft glow begins there, not separate from the belly, but connected. A thread of golden warmth joining belly to heart. This is your sovereign fire, a fire that does not rush. This fire does not burn you out. It gently sustains you. Feel your whole body resting around this warmth. Belly soft, pelvis heavy, shoulders melting, face relaxing. Your nervous system unwinds. There's nothing to fix, nothing to push, nothing to prove. Your only task tonight was to tend your own hearth, and you have done that. So just very gently, you can just absorb these words or repeat them to yourself. My fire is kind. My fire is steady. My fire serves me. My fire is kind. My fire is steady. My fire serves me. Warm, steady, and clear. Just very gently, just beginning to bring a little awareness to your breath, to your body. In the old villages, the hearth fire was never allowed to go out. It was not a roaring blaze, it was banked, tended and protected. If it grew wild, it burned the house. If it died, the home grew cold. The women knew warmth must be steady. So in the morning, the village wakes. The fire is still alive because someone stayed and someone tended. That someone is you. So taking 3 slow breaths together, warm, steady and clear. I'm just going to take a nice, gentle, intuitive movement when it feels good. Again, there's no rush at all. If you want to stay there or get in bed, you can do that too. Maybe just rolling off to one side. You can just curl up in a little ball if you want to. That feels nice and supportive for you. And a closing blessing for our evening together. May the fire in your belly burn kindly. Not in urgency, not from depletion, but in devotion. May what is undigested soften and transform. May what is heavy become fuel. May what is stagnant begin to move. May your heart hold a steady flame. May your breath move clear and unhindered. May you know the difference between wildfire and wisdom. May your digestion be strong and may your vision be clear. We're just bringing your hands together. We'll just create a little warmth in our hands. And then just gently cupping the palms over your eyes and just let your eyes rest in that warmth. Your eyes are also the seat of fire, of perception, of how we see things. So just letting your eyes rest in the warmth of your hands. And then using your fingertips to gently massage over your head, over your face, around your neck and your shoulders. Oh, yes, will do. Rachel, thank you for being here. I think we need to spread these teachings because it is so simple, and honestly, once you get these rhythms in, it just transforms your health and your well-being. It's like amazing. So, has anyone got any questions before we close? Does everybody know what we're doing this week? So, ginger pickle, see what happens, and just sit with your belly. Just be with your belly. You know, how do you digest? What's your poo like? Pack your poo. And then next week we're going to be looking at day rhythm and starting to, I'm just thinking where we are now in the month. Yeah, so our cleanse, those of you that are doing that, wanting to do the cleanse, starts on the 16th of March. So the week before the 9th, we'll be starting to prepare for that. So yeah, you don't need to rush or anything with anything. We'll all get it all in perfect time. Yes, the recipe, I will do that. You are so welcome. And it's been so lovely to see you all. Have a lovely week. I love you, I love you, I love you. Enjoy your belly. Beetroot juice was scary. Oh my goddess. Yeah, that if you have beetroot, your poo, I thought I had bowel cancer actually at one time because I literally didn't realize it was actually beetroot. And so yeah, so be aware, if you eat beetroot, your poo goes red. It really does. All right, have a great week, and I'll look forward to seeing you next Monday. And yeah, I'll put all the recipes in and GP as well. Yeah, definitely. Yeah. All right. Night, night. Sleep well. Bye. Bye.